¿Qué pasó? Santi back with another video. This is number 8 of Semen Retention is Red Pill. And what inspired me today to come up with another video, took a little break, allow myself to get some rest and just reflect, you know. So I know in my last video I spoke on, taking the red pill, what it means from a spiritual perspective and coming into awareness of just the system that we live in and the fact that we live in a society that is, it's based on there's a lot of illusions, and misconceptions as to where we are and what's going on in the world. We have media circuits, you know what I'm saying? We have social norms that are not necessarily serving any purpose and they're misleading, you know. But one of the things that's been on my mind is just when you come into this awareness, you realize how much of a responsibility you have for yourself. Like those of us that come to a spiritual awareness and we start stepping outside of the norms, we step outside of religion, we step outside of certain, cultural practices of Western society and just, the normal day to day, we no longer identify with them because we have a deeper understanding of ourselves. And within this coming to realization, you start to, you'll be pulled back to nature. Like you get out of meditation, you get out of nature and you start meditating. You know what I'm saying? You start studying and delving into things that once called you in the past or may have just grabbed your attention now, and you start studying. You know what I'm saying? And so, you realize how much you have to hold yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? You start reflecting on the past and everything. And you look at your experiences differently. You know what I'm saying? And you look at the choices that you made in relationship to people, certain ways of living that you engaged in, and you get to a certain point where you realize you have to honor yourself because now you're taking yourself back, and the people on the outside looking in, they don't matter anymore. This is a part of self-evolution, you know what I'm saying, and a part of nature to want to seek to define oneself, and assert oneself in life. When you look at nature and everything, you see the birds tending to their purpose, living their life. You see different aspects of nature living their life, and they're doing things without having to be told. They just do them from an innate understanding, and just as it goes, you probably heard this before about the bird, the baby bird gets pushed out of the nest when it's time and then it flies, you know what I'm saying? But, we've been conditioned with all this self-doubt and disbelief in oneself, and then we're conditioned to be looking outside of ourselves and dependent on things for our sense of value, you know what I'm saying? For our sense of self, that ultimately they're not fixed. They can change. And so if they change and they're no longer there to support you, then who you see yourself to be once they're gone. You know what I'm saying? And there's different experiences that can pull you to this point of being a red pill. A red pill is not to be caught up in dogma. It's not about dogma, but it's about a higher, a spiritual stage. You know what I'm saying? Coming to the realization of the fabricated world, and the only true knowledge that you can gain is from experiencing. Reading a book is having an experience. Traveling to a country is having an experience. Having a conversation is having an experience. There's many realms of experience, And so as you go through your journey and you come into yourself and you start separating yourself from what no longer reflects you, you honor yourself in that. You honor, those painful experiences and those things that, like from relationships, especially as men, because this page is not about women. My YouTube channel is not about women. It's going to be about an array of topics, but, self-development and self-actualization and self-determination are the most important things, for me, And I know that those things mean a lot to a lot of people out there too as well. You know what I'm saying? So with everything that I'm talking about, you know, it's self-driven, it's self-motivated. You know, um, I was listening to a song by an artist named Aaron May. He's a homie of mine that stays out in Houston. You know, and he had a song that he just recently dropped, and it's called "On Me." You know, and he was saying some real things. You know, about in terms of just bettering his life and how he had to leave certain people behind, and on his journey, you know, friends losing lives and things of that nature. You know, and people no longer here and just reflecting on those memories. And so as you elevate and your reality changes and you no longer associate yourself with certain people, you may have memories that come back to mind. You'll miss certain people, you know. You're gonna miss people that played a major part in certain stages in your life, you know. But you may get to a certain point where you grow and you have new experiences and those people no longer, you know, they no longer meant what they once did, you know. There's certain people that you're always gonna have fond memories of and miss them and wish that they were here. But then there's some people that, you know, once they're gone, especially if they didn't value you. You know what I'm saying? And you have to honor yourself and respect yourself, and you have a great responsibility for yourself. You know, you have a great responsibility for yourself in understanding what you need to do for you, what your needs are, what your wants are, what